time is now for live video highlights of your school's march to excellence.
News sets up inside of the pitch. High fly to left. It's up, it's deep, and it's going to be gone!
Legacy Sports Network brings you high-quality HD video broadcasted by the best in the business.
Handoff, Adam Taylor lunges to the end zone, touchdown!
This is one of the most exciting things.
With all the runs, hits, scores, and more, we're building a legacy one game at a time.
I appreciate it, Gerald. You guys at Legacy do an unbelievable job.
Join us on pay-per-view or video live streaming your favorite high school and college athletics at legacysportsnetwork.com.
Legacy Sports Network is going to be bringing this presentation to your home.
Welcome to D. Dillon Field on the campus of the University of Mary Hardin-Baylor. TAPPS Girls 4A State Championship game between the Fort Worth Christian Lady Cardinals and the Sugar Land Fort Bend Christian Lady Eagles. Good morning, I'm Francis Schrader. Thanks for joining us on the Legacy Sports Broadcast Network. The visiting team is Fort Worth Christian Lady Cardinals, Sugar Land Fort Bend Christian Lady Eagles, the home team. Let me give you the positions for the Fort Bend Christian Lady Eagles. Left field, Jessica Zack. Center field, Kelsey Roberts. Laura Lazenby, right field. Third baseman, Jennifer Hudler. Shortstop, Haley Minen. Second base, Catherine Krameyer. First base, Haley Dryden. Behind the plate, Kendall Brown and Lizzie Fox, the pitcher for the Eagles. Top three for the Fort Bend Christian Lady Cardinals. Kelsey Roberts. Be a great day here. Temperature 73 degrees, wind blowing out of the south. Fort Worth Christian, top three, Caitlin Zorich, Micah Freudiger, and Caroline Dale. Lady Cardinals come into this championship game with a record of 15 wins, 11 losses. Fort Worth Christian yesterday defeated Midland Christian 8-4. Before that, they took care of Dallas Parish Episcopal 2-1. And then also they took care of Tyler Bishop Gorman with a score of 10-0. Lizzie Fox, first pitch in there, popped up. Fouled off. Strike one to Caitlin Zorich. Zorich, left-handed batter. Coming on in is Jefferson Hudler, the third baseman. Here's the windup and the pitch in, outside. Even the count to 1-1 strike. On deck is Micah Freudiger, the third baseman for the Lady Cardinals. Lizzie Fox winds up and delivers. 2 strikes. 1-2 strikes, the count now to Caitlin Zorich. Wind blowing in from center field here at D. Dillon Field. 200 to left, 200 to center, 200 to right. Swung on, struck her out. Micah Freudiger comes to the plate now, number 8 for the Lady Cardinals of Fort Worth Christian. On deck is Caroline Dale, the shortstop. One out here, top of the first inning. Thanks for joining us on Legacy Sports Network. Micah Freudiger, the third baseman, left-handed batter. Lizzie Fox looks on into her battery mate, Kendall Brown, wind up and delivers to the outside, got for a strike. No balls, 1 strike to Micah Freudiger. Fox winds up, delivers, swung on, foul ball down the left field line. 0-2 the count to Micah Freudiger. Lizzie Fox, the pitcher, throwing some heat already for the Lady Eagles. TAPPS Girls 4A State Championship game from University of Mary Hardin-Baylor in Belton, Texas. 10 o'clock first pitch, and here's Lizzie Fox, winds up and delivers. Outside, moves the count to 1-2 strikes to Micah Freudiger. One out here, top of the first inning. Look on in by Fox. delivers on in. Struck her out. 2 strikeouts now. Caroline Dale comes to the plate, the shortstop. On deck, Megan Rosewell, the pitcher, number 13. Big strike across the plate for the pitcher. 0-1 the count to Caroline Dale. Wind up and pitch by Fox. Fouled off to the right side, 0-2 the count. All right, Lizzie Fox has had 2 strikeouts here in the top of the first inning. On deck is Megan Rosewell, the pitcher. Fox takes her time. Ahead of the batter, 0-2. Winds up and delivers. Struck her out. 3 up, 3 down for the Lady Cardinals in the top half of the first inning. At the end of 1/2 inning, Fort Worth Christian 0, Sugar Land Fort Bend Lady Eagles coming to bat. Also, please like us on our Facebook page, Legacy Sports Network. Also follow our Twitter page at Legacy Sports Net. Legacy Sports Network, building one legacy, one game at a time. Thanks for joining us here on the Legacy Sports Network. Defensive configuration now for the Lady Cardinals of Fort Worth Christian. Kristen Zork in left field. Center field, Caitlin Zork. Right field, Sarah Hall. Third baseman, Micah Freudiger. Shortstop, Caroline Dale. Second base, Taylor Templin. First base, Elizabeth Neal. Behind the plate, Olivia Tarbett. And the pitcher, Megan Rosewell. Fort Bend Christian Lady Eagles atop of the batting order, Kelsey Roberts, center fielder. Jessica Zach, left fielder. Number 15, Haley Minen. So we have Roberts, Zach, and Minen for the bottom of the first inning for the Lady Eagles of Fort Bend Christian. Left-handed batter, Kelsey Roberts. Number 1, Kelsey plays center field. Megan Rosewell. Wind up in the pitch for a strike. Megan looks in, takes a windup, swung on, fouls off to Roberts, but Roberts is behind the count, 0-2. Jessica Zach on deck now for the Lady Eagles. Bomb the first inning from D. Dillon Field. No score between Fort Worth Christian and Fort Bend Christian. Rosewell looking at Tarbert, her battery mate, wind up in the pitch in there. 1-2 the count now. Kelsey Roberts, a center fielder. Left-handed batter. Freudiger, the third baseman, playing in. Same thing also for Elizabeth Neal, the first baseman. Swung on. Runner is safe. So Kelsey Roberts makes it to first. Jessica Zach, the left fielder, comes to the plate now. Jessica Zach, right-handed batter for the Lady Eagles. Roberts at first. Looking by Rosewell, bunt laid down beautifully. Got a single. Going to third base is Kelsey Roberts. And she's out at third. Jessica Zach lays down a beautiful bunt. Kelsey Roberts goes from first to second to third, gets nailed at third, So safe at first base is Jessica Zach. On deck now, number 15, Haley Minen, the shortstop. Wind up in the pitch. Nice hot one down the middle of the plate. Nothing from the umpire. Call it outside. Ball one to Jessica Zach. Right-handed batter. Haley Minen. Megan Rosewell, the pitcher. Brings it on in. Swung on. Down the left field line. Foul ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Zach at first base with a single. Haley Minen, number 15, the shortstop. 1-1 count her, steps back in the batter's box. Megan Rosewell, the pitcher for the Lady Cardinals. Winds up and delivers. Swung on to third base, underneath the third base glove of Micah Freudiger. Moves the runners to first and second base. Zach at second, Minen at first. Coming to the plate now is Kendall Brown, the catcher. One out here, the bottom of the first inning. No score between Fort Worth Christian and Fort Bend Christian. Wind up the pitch on the inside. Got a ball. Long look in by Megan Rosewell. Swung on. Put out at third base. Goes to first. Got two outs there. Nice play by Micah Freudiger to touch third base to wipe out Jessica Zach. Minen moves to second base. Kendall Brown goes to first. Two outs now, the bottom of the second inning, bottom of the first inning from D. Dillon Field. Haley Dryden in the batter's box, right-handed batter, the first baseman for the Lady Eagles. Courtesy runner comes in. Courtesy runner at first base for the Lady Eagles. Lady Eagles have runners at first and second with two outs here, bottom of the first inning. No score between the Cardinals and the Eagles. Wind up and pitch by the Rosewell. High. 1 ball, no strike to Haley Dryden. On deck is Morgan Cornegie. Rosewell looks in, takes her time. Pitches in there inside. Runners stay on their respective bases. Eagles at first and second. 2 balls, no strikes, the count now to the Haley Dryden. Wind up and delivery. Got a strike on the outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Haley Dryden. 2 outs here at the bottom of the first inning. No score between Fort Worth Christian and Fort Bend Christian. Rosewell trying to get out of this inning. Swung on back to Rosewell. Rosewell quick to first. That's it. No runs, no hits. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error. They strand 2 at the end of 1 complete inning. Fort Worth Christian 0. Fort Bend Christian 0. Thanks for joining us on Legacy Sports Network. I'm Francis Schrader. Top of the second inning, Class 4A Girls State Championship game from the University of Mary Hardin Baylor, D. Dillon Field. Fort Worth Christian in the first inning, 3 consecutive strikeouts. So no runs for Fort Worth Christian. Bottom of the first inning, Fort Bend Christian had 2 hits but they strand two, so our score remains 0-0, top of the second inning. Megan Rosewell comes to the plate now, the pitcher for the Lady Cardinals. Lizzie Fox, the pitcher for the Eagles, wind up the pitch in, big strike. High pitch to Megan Rosewell, she bites on it for strike one. Taylor Templin, the second baseman, on deck. In the dugout, Olivia Tarbert, the catcher. Wind up and pitch in, high, 1 strike to Megan Rosewell. Top of the second inning from D. Dillon Field, TAPPS girls 4A state championship game. Hudler, the third baseman, playing in. Also Haley Dryden, the first baseman as well too. Big strike there. 1 2 strikes the count now to Megan Rosewell. Zach in left, Robertson center, Lazenby in right for the Lady Eagles. High pitch, evens the count to 2 2 strikes. Hudler at third, Minen at short, Kreimeier at second base, and Dryden at first. Behind the plate, Brown. The pitcher, Lizzie Fox for the Lady Eagles. Wind up the pitch, swung on, struck her out. 4 consecutive strikeouts now for Lizzie Fox. Coming to the plate now is Taylor Templin, the second baseman for the Lady Cardinals. Right-handed batter, number 7. Long looking by Lizzie Fox. Here's a windup and delivery. Foul ball off to the right side. 0-1 the count now. Beautiful day for softball here in Central Texas. Thanks for joining us on the Legacy Sports Network. Lizzie Fox looks on in. Big strike there. 0-2 the count to Taylor Templin. 1 out now, top of the second inning. No score between Fort Worth Christian and Fort Bend Christian. Fox looks in. High pitch, 1 2 strikes now to Taylor Templin. Olivia Tarbett, the catcher, on deck for the Lady Cardinals. Fox winds up and delivers. Fouled off to the right side, out of play. Those who are watching our live streaming can go online if you want to purchase a DVD. LegacySportsNetwork.com. Temperature at game time here at D. Dillon Field, a crisp and cool 75 degrees. Wind up and pitch, swung on. Relay, got her. Kreimeier to Dryden. Write that down as a perfect 4-3. 2 outs now. Olivia Tarbett comes to the plate now for the Lady Cardinals. On deck is Elizabeth Neal, the first baseman for the Lady Cardinals. 2 outs now. Top of the second inning. Lizzie Fox winds up and delivers. High pitch in to the catcher, Olivia Tarbett. Fox puts the ball in, fouls it off. He's the count to 1-1 to Tarbett. Nice cool spring day. Wind blowing from left field to right field. Take a look at the flags out there. 200 to left, 200 to dead center, 200 to right. Fox winds up and pitches. Struck her out. No runs on no hits, no errors, and they strand 1 on the base. At the end of an inning and a half, our score still remains Fort Worth Christian 0, Fort Bend Christian 0. Once again, let's give you the Lady Cardinals defensive alignment for this 4A state championship game. Left field, Christian Zorich. Right field, center field, Caitlin Zorich. Right field, Sarah Hall. Micah Freudiger, third baseman. Caroline Dale at short. Taylor Templin at second. Elizabeth Neal at first. Olivia Tarbett behind the plate. Megan Rosewell, the pitcher for the Lady Cardinals. Coming to the plate now is Morgan Cornegie. Bottom of the second inning for the Lady Eagles. The first inning they had 2 hits and stranded 2 on the base. Great defensive work by the Lady Cardinals to get out of the inning. Right-handed batter is Morgan Carnegie. Wind up and pitch by Rosewell to the outside, ball 1 to Carnegie. On deck is Jennifer Hudler, the third baseman. In the dugout, Lauren Lazenby, the right fielder. Carnegie, Hudler, Lazenby, those are the 3 for the Eagles. Popped up, out of play. Moves the count to 1 ball, 1 strike to Megan Carnegie. Bottom of the second inning here at D. Dillon Field. No score between Fort Worth Christian and Fort Bend Christian. Thanks for joining us on the Legacy Sports Network. Wind up and pitch. Hot shot down out of play. Down the third base line, but foul. Carnegie got hold of that one, fouled it down the third base side. Back in the batter's box, moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Carnegie. Right-handed batter, Morgan Carnegie. Look in by Rosewell. Here's a windup and delivery. Swung on, up the middle, base hit. Carnegie goes to first base on a single straight up the middle, under the glove of Megan Rosewell. Come to the plate now is Jennifer Hudler, the third baseman. Left-handed batter for the Eagles. On deck is Lauren Lazenby, the right fielder. Again, back-to-back innings for the Lady Eagles to have runners on the base path. Last inning they got runners at first and second. That's as far as they went. Wind up and pitch now for Rosewell. Lays the bunt down beautifully. Throws to first. Got a sacrifice. Runner goes to second. Carnegie goes to second. Hudler's out at the first base. Lazenby, the right fielder, comes to the bat now. Right-handed batter, number 3, Lauren Lazenby. On deck, Catherine Krameyer, the second baseman for the Lady Eagles. Successful bunt moves Carnegie over to second base for the Lady Eagles. Wind up and delivery by Rosewell. Outside for a strike. No score here, bottom of the second inning between Fort Worth Christian and Fort Bend Christian. Swung on, foul into the dugout. No balls, 2 strikes to Lauren Lazenby, right-handed batter. Runner at second base is Morgan Carnegie. Swung on, foul ball again, the third base line. 0-2 the count. Catherine Krameyer, the second baseman, on deck circle for the Lady Eagles. 1 out here, bottom of the second inning. Lady Eagles have a runner at second base. Morgan Carnegie. Long look in by Megan Rosewell. Here's a delivery, popped up, fouls out of play. Beautiful day here at D. Dillon Field on the campus of the University of Mary Hardin Baylor in Belton, Texas. Thanks for joining us on the Legacy Sports Network. TAPPS Girls 4A State Championship game. Looking by Rosewell for wind up and delivery. Bounces ball in, runner stays at second base. Carnegie thought for about a split second, got the stop sign by the third base coach, did not advance. So moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Lauren Lazenby. Rosewell winds up, delivers, ball bounces in. Runner advances to third base, that's Carnegie. Goes around the base. Ground running for the score. Got discussion by the home plate umpire and the left field. Make sure it's okay. The run does score. Yes, it does. Carnegie goes from second to third to home plate, 1-0. Our score now, bottom of the first inning. Fort Bend Christian with 1 out here. Officially put down as a wild pitch. Bit of discussion going on. Thanks for joining us on Legacy Sports Network. What took place, Morgan Carnegie was on second base. Wild pitch, advanced her to third. Catcher could not take care of the ball, and so she came across to score. Now discussion with the first base umpire. Want to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Bottom of the second inning from D. Dillon Field. Fort Bend Christian 1-0. Batter still remains Lauren Lazenby with the bases empty. 2 balls, 2 strikes count on Lauren. Wind up the pitch, fouled it off again to the dugout. Count still remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looks like Lauren took that ball off her foot. Take a chance to walk it off. There he goes back to the batter's box now, taking that foul ball off her foot. Lauren Lazenby, right fielder for the Lady Eagles. Lady Eagles have a 1-0 lead over the Lady Cardinals from Fort Worth Christian. Megan Rosewell's pitch, swung on, fouled off again to the dugout. Count still remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Wind up and pitch by Rosewell. Fouled off again into the dugout. She's hanging in there. Rosewell continues to toss it in. Lazenby continues to make contact, fouling it off. Bases are empty here at bottom of the second inning. Wind up and pitch again. Pitches outside. Moves the count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Lauren Lazenby. On deck is Catherine Krameyer, the second baseman for the Lady Eagles from Fort Bend Christian. Rosewell's pitch struck her out. 2 outs here at the bottom of the second inning. Again, right-handed batter comes to the plate now. Catherine Krameyer, the second baseman. Kelsey Roberts, the on deck. Circle for the Lady Eagles. 2 outs here, bottom of the second inning. Wind up and pitch to the outside. Got a ball. Ball to Catherine Krameyer. Lady Eagles enjoying a 1-0 lead, the bottom of the second inning from D. Dillon Field. TAPPS Girls 4A State Championship game. Thanks for joining us. Long inning for Megan Rosewell. Wind up and pitches in. Swung on, pops up. Shortstop underneath it, Caroline Dale. And that's the end of the second inning. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left at the end of 2 complete innings Fort Worth Christian trails Fort Bend Christian 1-0. Now we go to the top of the third inning in this TAPPS Girls 4A State Championship game. Fort Worth Christian trails Fort Bend Christian 1-0. Coming to the plate now is the first baseman Elizabeth Neal, followed by Sarah Hall, followed by Kristen Zorich. Neal, Hall, and Zorich. Top of the third inning for Fort Worth Christian Lady Cardinals. Lizzie Fox, the pitcher for the Lady Eagles. Fox winds up pitch, big swing and miss for Neal. Pitch on the inside, moves the count to 1-1 Top of the third inning here at D. Dillon Field. Wind up and pitch in, swung on to the third baseman. Jennifer Hudler to first. 1 out. 5-3 put out. Sarah Hall, the right fielder, comes to the plate now for the Lady Cardinals. Sarah Hall, number 3, left-handed batter. Hudler, the third baseman for the Lady Eagles, playing in. Same thing also the first baseman, Haley Dryden. The pitcher, Lizzie Fox, already has 5 strikeouts in the state championship game. Wind up and pitch by Fox. Got a strike, moves the count to 1-2. Sarah Hall, the batter. Pitch on the outside. Beautiful spring day here in Central Texas. Thanks for joining us on Legacy Sports Network. Pitch on the inside there. Moves the count to 2-2 to Sarah Hall. 1 out here. Make that the top of the third inning for the Lady Cardinals. Fox looks in with a 2-2 count. Here's her windup and pitch. Struck her out. Another strikeout for Lizzie Fox. Kristen Zorich, left fielder, comes to the plate now for the Lady Cardinals. Right-handed batter is Zorich, the left fielder. On deck is Caitlin Zorich. Swung on. Foul ball, that's what the home plate umpire calls. No balls, 1 strike to Kristen Zorich. Look in by the pitcher, Lizzie Fox. Wind up the pitch on the outside. 1 strike. Lizzie Fox pitching there. High, takes a swing on that one. 1-2 the count to Kristen Zorich. Top of the third inning. Wind up and pitch by Fox. Popped up, out of play, into the screen. Fox looks in again. Here's her wind up and delivery. Popped up, catcher underneath it, into the screen. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kristen Zorich. On deck is her sister, Caitlin Zorich. One and 2 the count. Fox looks in, windups and delivers, fouls off again. Kristen Zorich hanging in there for the Lady Cardinals in the top of the 3rd inning. Once again, Lizzie Fox gets focused. Here's a windup and delivery. Struck her out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one's left at the end of 2.5 innings from D. Dillon Field. Fort Worth Christian trails Fort Bend Christian 1-0. Good morning, welcome to the Legacy Sports Broadcast Network. I'm Francis Schrader. This is TAPPS Girls 4A State Championship game from D. Dillon Field on the campus of the University of Mary Hardin-Baylor. We go now to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Fort Bend Christian Lady Eagles enjoying a 1-0 lead over Fort Worth Christian. Fort Bend Christian 1, Fort Worth Christian 0. Again, the configuration on defense for the Lady Cardinals. We have Kristen Zorich in left, Caitlin Zorich in center, Sarah Hall in right. Freudiger, 3rd baseman, Dale the short, Templin on 2nd, Neal at 1st, Tarbett behind the plate, and Megan Rosewell, the pitcher. Top of 3rd inning now. Wind up and pitch, swung on to Kelsey Roberts for a strike. Roberts, Zach, and Minen, top of the order for the Lady Eagles here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They lead 1-0 over the Lady Cardinals. Rosewell takes her time, pitches in there, big cut again, 0-2 the count now to Kelsey Roberts. Kelsey Roberts got on the first base in the 1st inning through an error. Long look in by Rosewell. Pitches on the outside, moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kelsey Roberts. Rosewell takes her time. Here's a windup and delivery. Swung on. Over the head of the 2nd baseman, Templin. And again, Fort Bend Christian has runners on in every inning so far. Call that a single for Kelsey Roberts. Jessica Zach comes to the plate now, the left fielder. Got to go around. Jessica Zach got a single in the 1st inning. On deck is Haley Mine. Bunt laid down beautifully. Throwing error. Runner moves to 3rd base. Got an error there, so Cardinals hurting themselves. Kelsey Roberts moves to 3rd. Jessica Zach moves to 2nd. Time on the field for the Lady Cardinals to get focused again.
The shortstop number 15, Haley Minen.
Haley Minen comes to the plate now, the shortstop. Got a single in the 1st inning. Lady Eagles have runners now at 2nd and 3rd. With no outs here in the bottom of 3rd inning. Pressure's on Megan Rosewell now, the pitcher for the Lady Cardinals. Wind up and pitch in, swung on, fouled off to the right side. 0-1 the count to Minen. Minen singled in the first inning and will end up stranded at second base. Minen now has runners at second and third with no outs. Bottom of the third, he swung on drive into left field. Over the head. Brings in 1 run. Brings in 2 runs. 3-0 to score now. Fort Bend Christian 3. Fort Worth Christian 0. A double by Haley Minen scores 2. Over the left fielder's head of Christian Zorich. 3-0 our score now. Fort Bend Christian over Fort Worth Christian. No outs in the bottom of the third inning. High pitch again. Stiff breeze still blowing here at D. Dillon Field. Kendall Brown swung on it straight up the middle. Got the out at the first base. I think her foot was off the plate. Haley Minen goes to third. Runner at first was safe. First base umpire changes his call. So Brown at first, Minen at second, still no outs here. The bottom of the third inning, 3-0 to score. Fort Bend Christian over Fort Worth Christian. Number 8, Haley Dryden comes to the plate. First baseman, 0 for 1 today. Runners at the corner, first and third base for the Lady Eagles with Haley Dryden at the plate. Runner steals second base successfully. Brown goes to second with a stolen base. Lady Eagles at second and third now. Bottom the second inning with no outs, have a 3-0 lead over the Lady Cardinals from Fort Worth Christian. Rosewell looks on in, takes a wind-up and pitch, swung on, popped up. Got a force out. Kristen Zorich. Morgan Cornegie comes to the plate now with 1 out. Runners at second and third for the Lady Eagles. On deck is Jennifer Hudler, the third baseman for the Lady Eagles. 2 runs have already crossed for the Eagles here in the bottom of the third inning. Enjoy a 3-0 lead with 6 hits. On deck is Jennifer Hudler, the third baseman for the Lady Eagles. Cornegie steps out of the box. Got a strike. Strike to Cornegie. Third baseman coming in, Freudiger. Swung on, foul ball, hot shot down the third base side. 0-2 the count to Morgan Cornegie. Carnegie is already 1 for 1 today, has a single in the second inning. Lady Eagles have runners at second and third. Bottom of the third inning, swung on, foul. Long drive, but goes foul. 0-2 count still to Morgan Carnegie. Minen at third, Brown at second for the Lady Eagles. Rosewell's pitch got strike, struck her out. Coming to the plate now is Jennifer Hudler. Hudler comes to the plate now, got to first base through a sacrifice. 0 for 1. On deck is Lauren Lazenby, the right fielder. Wind up and pitch in. You can hear the wind blowing in from center field all the way into home plate. Nice stiff breeze. 1-0 the count. Count goes to 2-0 now to Hudler. Look in by Rosewell. Pitch now goes 3-0 to the batter, Jennifer Hudler. 2 outs here at the bottom of the third inning. 2 runs have crossed already for Fort Bend Christian. Wind up and pitch. Got a strike. Moves the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch by Rosewell, bounces it in there. Walks. Base on balls, loads them up now for Jennifer Hudler. Hudler comes to the plate now, the third baseman. Lazenby now, number 3. Struck out in the second inning for the Lady Eagles, but bases loaded now. Ball across the plate. Bases are loaded for the Lady Eagles here in the bottom of the third inning. Wind up and pitch. Straight down the middle for a strike. Minen at third, Brown at second, Hudler at first. Wind up and pitch on in there toward the inside. Moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Catherine Kraymeyer, the second baseman. Lady Eagles bases loaded, top to the shortstop. Relay to first, got him down. But the damage is done. 2 runs have crossed the plate. Lady Eagles leave the bases loaded at the end of 3 complete innings. Fort Worth Christian Lady Eagles 3. Fort Bend Christian Lady Eagles 3. Fort Worth Christian Lady Cardinals 0. Top of the 4th inning now from D. Dillon Field. TAPPS girls 4A state championship game. Fort Bend Christian Lady Eagles 3. Fort Worth Christian Lady Eagles, Lady Cardinals 0. Top of the order now for Fort Worth Christian Lady Cardinals. Caitlin Zorich. On deck, Micah Freudiger and Caroline Dale. Zorich, Freudiger, and Dale. Top of the 4th inning for the Lady Cardinals, trailing 3-0. Fox's pitch isn't there for a strike. 7 strikeouts already for Lizzie Fox in this state championship game for the Lady Eagles. 1-0 the count to Zorich. Swung on to the second baseman, third base. There you go. Minen to Dryden. Micah Freudiger comes to the plate now. Micah struck out in the first inning, 0 for 1 for the Lady Cardinals. On deck is Caroline Dale. Long look in by Lizzie Fox. Straight up the middle for a single. First base hit for the Lady Cardinals here in the top of the 4th inning. On base is Micah Freudiger. Caroline Dale, the shortstop, comes to the plate. Right-handed batter, 0 for 1 today. Caroline struck out in the first inning. But the most important thing, the Cardinals have a runner at first base. Swung on, big strike there for Caroline Dale. On deck, Megan Rosewell, the pitcher. $3-0 our score. Fort Bend Christian 3-0 over Fort Worth Christian. Long looking by Fox, swung on, popped up. Second baseman underneath it, got Kraymeyer, guy has it. Oh, the ball drops by Kraymeyer. Runners advance. Let's call that the sun in the eyes. Got an error on the second baseman. So, Freudiger goes to second. An error moves Dale to first. Megan Rosewell, the pitcher, comes to the plate. Time on the field. Things were going quite smoothly for the Eagles of Fort Bend Christian. Lots of strikeouts by the pitcher, Lizzie Fox. But here in the top of the 4th inning, single by Freudiger, an error by the second baseman. It leaves the Cardinals now with runners at first and second with 1 out. The Cardinals trail 3-0 to Fort Bend Christian. The plate now is Megan Rosewell, the pitcher, trying to help her cause out. Megan struck out in the second inning. Long look in by Fox. Swung on, big foul back, strike 1. Taylor Templin, the second baseman, on deck now for the Lady Cardinals. Wind up and pitch by Fox. Got a strike there, 0-2 the count to Megan Rosewell. 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Cardinals have runners at first and second base, trailing 3-0. Wind up and pitch by Fox, down the middle. One ball, 2 strikes. Fox takes her time. Here's the windup and delivery. Swung on, foul back into the screen. Count still remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Megan Rosewell. Fox trying to pick up the pace just a bit, the tempo here of the game. Fort Bend Christian 3, Fort Worth Christian 0. Swung on, foul. Down the line, fair ball, yes indeed, bases are loaded. The wind blew back in there. Call it a long single for the pitcher. Rosewell gets a single, loads the bases now with 1 out. Taylor Templin, the second baseman, comes to the plate. Taylor ground out 4-3 in the second inning, but our situation here, bases loaded for the Cardinals. Freudiger at third, Dale at second, Rosewell at first. Ball 1. Long look in there, swung on back into the screen. Evens the count to Taylor Templin. Fort Worth Christian now, bases loaded. One out here at the top of the fourth inning, trailing 3-0 to Fort Bend Christian. Fox looks on in. Here's a windup and delivery. Swung on, it's high. 2 balls, 1 strike to Taylor Templin. Windup and delivery. Big cut there. Evens the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fox trying to get out of the inning now with bases loaded. Her Eagles lead 3-0, but the Cardinals are challenging now in the top of the fourth inning. 2-2 the count of Taylor Templin. Wind up and pitch. Struck her out. Got her looking. Olivia Tarbert comes to place now, the catcher. Olivia struck out in the second inning. 2 outs here at the top of the fourth inning. Bases loaded for the Lady Cardinals. Freudiger at third, Dale at second, Rosewell at first. Line up in the pitch. Got a strike. Cardinals need to get a single to get back into this ball game. They trail 3-0 to the Lady Eagles. Lizzie Fox, the pitcher for the Lady Eagles. Ball is in there. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Elizabeth Neal, the first baseman, on deck for the Lady Cardinals, but a golden opportunity for Fort Worth Christian. Bases loaded here. Top of the fourth inning. Ball is to the outside. Moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike to Olivia Tarbert. Tarbert looks down. Lizzie Fox swung on. Third baseman. Relay to first. They're out of the inning. Golden opportunity slips through the hands of the Lady Cardinals. No runs on 2 hits. They strand 3 at the end of 3.5 innings. Our score still remains Fort Bend Christian 3, Fort Worth Christian 0. Go now to the bottom of the fourth inning from D. Dillon Field, Class 4A state championship game between Fort Bend Christian Lady Eagles and Fort Worth Christian Lady Cardinals. 3-0 our score. Bottom of the fourth inning, coming the first at bat is Catherine Craymeyer, followed by the top of the order, Kelsey Roberts and Jessica Zack. Craymeyer, Roberts, and Zack for the Lady Eagles here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Lady Cardinals had a golden opportunity in the top of the fourth inning to push some runs across. They strand bases loaded. No runs crossed for the Lady Cardinals. Great work by the defense for the Lady Eagles of Fort Bend Christian. Coming to the plate now, here's the bottom of the order. We got Catherine Craymeyer, followed by the top of the order, Kelsey Roberts and Jessica Zack. Lineman for the Lady Cardinals, Zorich in left, Zorich in center, Hall in right, Freudiger at third, Dale at short, Templin at second, Neal at first, Tarbert behind the plate, Rosewell the pitcher. Catherine Craymeyer 0 for 1 today. Comes the plate, bottom of the fourth inning for the Lady Eagles. Wind up and pitch. Got a strike. On deck is Kelsey Roberts, followed by Jessica Zack. Rosewell looks in there, wind up and pitch. Swung on to the third baseman. Freudiger over to first, 1 down. Mark that down as a 5-3 defensive play. Top of the order now, Kelsey Roberts. Kelsey Roberts in the first inning, got on base through an error. Got a single in this third inning and ultimately scored. Top of the fourth inning now for the Lady Eagles. Left-handed batter. On deck is Jessica Zack. Rosewell's wind up and pitch high. 1 ball, no strikes to Kelsey Roberts. Thanks for joining us on Legacy Sports Network, top of the hour, 11 o'clock. From D. Dillon Field on the campus of the University of Mary Hardin-Baylor. I'm Francis Schrader, Fort Bend Christian 3, Fort Worth Christian 0. TAPPS Girls 4A State Championship game. Rosewell looks on in. High pitch again. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nice stiff breeze blowing in from left field all the way to right field. Fly get pretty much taught here at D. Dillon Field. Pitch on in there for a strike. One ball, 2 strikes now to Kelsey Roberts. Left-handed batter for the Lady Eagles. Shortstop playing in Caroline Dale. First baseman Elizabeth Neal playing awfully close. The only one in normal configuration is the second baseman Taylor Templin for the Lady Cardinals. 2-2 the count now. Kelsey Roberts, wind up in delivery. Struck her out. Got her looking for the first out here in the two outs now because Jessica Zach. Jessica had a single in the first inning, got on base through an error, and scored in the 3rd inning. On deck is Haley Minen. Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-0 our score, Fort Bend Christian over Fort Worth Christian. High pitch indeed to Jessica Zach. Wind up and pitch. Big cut and strike. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike to Jessica Zach. Three nothing the score. Fort Bend Christian over Fort Worth Christian. Got a single up the middle. Jessica Zach has a single underneath the glove of the second baseman, Taylor Templin. Haley Minen comes to the plate now. Haley Minen is 2 for 2. Had a single in the first, a double in the second. Two outs now, the bottom of the 4th inning. Lady Eagles have had runners in every inning so far. Got a strike now to Haley Minen. Wind up and pitch. Swung on, foul out of play. 0-2 the count now. To Haley Minen with Kendall Brown, the catcher, on the on-deck circle. 3-0 our score. Fort Bend Christian over Fort Worth Christian. Bottom of the 4th inning. Runner at first base is Jessica Zach. Long look in by Rosewell. Swung on, high pop up. Zork underneath it, left fielder. Does not make, drops the ball. Runner at 3rd. Got an error. Zach goes to 3rd base. Minen goes to 2nd base on an error. Call that an E7. Kendall Brown comes to the plate now. Kendall Brown is 2 for 2 today. Got a single in the 1st inning, got a single in the 3rd inning. Runners at second and third now for the Lady Eagles. Megan Rosewell with windup and pitch. High. High pitch to Kendall Brown. On deck is Haley Dryden. Windup and pitch in. Swung on. The left fielder makes the catch. And that's it. No runs for Fort Bend Christian. They strand 2 at the end of 4th complete innings. Fort Bend Christian 3, Fort Worth Christian 0. And now we go to the top of the 5th inning here at D. Dillon Field. The bottom of the order for the Lady Cardinals of Fort Worth Christian. Elizabeth Neal, Sarah Hall, and Kristen Zorich. Neal, Hall, and Zorich. Bottom of the order for the Lady Cardinals. Trail 3-0 to the Lady Eagles of Fort Bend Christian. Now we go to the top of the 5th inning from D. Dillon Field here on the campus of the University of Mary Hardin Baylor.
Leading off to the Cardinals, the first baseman of the team, Elizabeth Neal.
Elizabeth Neal comes to the plate now. 0 for 1 today for the Lady Cardinals. Swung on, foul into the screen. Neal, Hall, and Zorich for the Lady Cardinals, the top of the 5th inning. Long look in by Lizzie Fox. Wind up and pitch. Got a big strike there. 0-2 the count now to Elizabeth Neal. Wind up and pitch. One ball and 2 strike. Fox looks in, struck out. Elizabeth Neal strikes out. Sarah Hall to the plate, right fielder for the Lady Cardinals. Sarah Hall struck out in the 3rd inning, 0 for 1 today. On deck is Kristen Zorich. Long look in, here's the pitch in, big cut and strike there. 9 strikeouts already for Lizzie Fox in the state championship game, Class 4A. Swung on, foul out of play. 0-2 the count to Sarah Hall. Left-handed batter, Sarah Hall. Behind the count, 0-2 to the pitcher, Lizzie Fox. Popped up, center fielder underneath her, Kelsey Roberts. Got it. 2 outs now. Kristen Zorich comes to the plate now. She struck out in the 2nd inning. Make that struck out in the 3rd inning. On deck is Caitlin Zorich as well. 0 for 1 today, Kristen Zorich. Fox looks in. Big cut and miss there for Kristen Zorich. Top of the order, Caitlin Zorich and Micah Freudiger. Swung on back to the pitcher. Ball rolls, second baseman takes it. Got a single. Kristen Zorich gets a single. That's a second hit for the Lady Cardinals in this game. Now come to the top of the order now, Caitlin Zorich. Caitlin 0-2 today, struck out in the first inning and ground out in the fourth. Fox looks in there, swung on, big cut there. 0-1 the count now to Caitlin Zorich. Her sister Kristen at first base. 2 outs here. Top of the fifth inning for the Lady Cardinals. Wind up and pitch in there. Balls to the outside. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Micah Freudiger on deck circle for the Lady Cardinals. Lady Cardinals trail the Lady Eagles 3-0 here. Top of the fifth inning. TAPPS 4A Girls State Championship game. High pitch on in there. 2 balls, 1 strike now. The count to Caitlin Zorich. Wind is now definitely kicking up here at D. Dillon Field. Again, wind's blowing in from left field to right field. High pitch again, got a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Deuces Wild, top of the fifth inning for the Lady Cardinals. Wind up and pitch. On the outside, even full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first base, Kristen Zorich. Caitlin Zorich at the plate now with a full count. Staring down Lizzie Fox, the pitcher for the Lady Eagles. Fox takes her time, winds up and delivers. Fouls away. Still at the batter's box, Caitlin Zorich on a foul pitch. Thanks for joining us on the Legacy Sports Network. TAPPS Girls 4A State Championship game. Lizzie Fox winds up and delivers. Popped up to Fox. That's it. No runs on 1 hit. They strand 1 at the end of 4.5 innings. Fort Bend Christian 3, Fort Worth Christian nothing. On the fifth inning now, let's go to the middle of the batting order for the Lady Eagles. We have Dryden, Cornegie, and Hudler. Dryden, Cornegie, and Hudler for the Lady Eagles, leading 3-0 over Fort Worth Christian Lady Cardinals. Cornegie comes to the plate. Let's back that up. It's called Haley Dryden to the plate now. Haley Dryden, 0 for 2 today. On deck is Cornegie. Pitch on in there, 4 ball. 1 ball, no strike to Haley Dryden. Rosewell's pitch and delivers. High again, 2 balls, no strikes to Haley Dryden. Cornegie on deck for the Lady Eagles. Wind up and delivery now for Rosewell. 3-0 the count now. Wind up and delivery by Rosewell. Got a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike to Haley Dryden. Bottom of the fifth inning here at D. Dillon Field. Long looking, swung on, single up the middle. for Haley Dryden. Coming to play now is Morgan Carnegie. Morgan is 1 for 2 today. Got a single in the second inning, struck out in the third. 1 for 2, Morgan Carnegie. Courtesy runner goes to the plate now for the Lady Eagles. On deck is Hudler, number 10 for the Lady Eagles. Long look in by Rosewell. High. Carnegie gal was pretty much ready to do a bunt, but the pitch was high. Lady Eagle at first base. Line up and pitch. Bunt laid down perfectly, got a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Carnegie. No outs here, bottom of the 5th inning. Fort Bend Christian enjoys a 3-0 lead over Fort Worth Christian. Lady Eagles over Lady Cardinals. Swung on. It is a foul ball. Foul by about a foot or 2. Could have been to a long double, but it called it a foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Morgan Carnegie. Beautiful day for softball here in Central Texas. Thanks for joining us on the Legacy Sports Network. I'm Francis Schrader. TAPPS Girls 4A State Championship game. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now to Morgan Carnegie. Megan Rosewell, the pitcher for the Cardinals, getting the pitcher's mound ready as she desires it. Long look in by Rosewell, wind up and delivery, it's high. Moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Carnegie. Bottom of the 5th inning. No outs. Jennifer Hudler on deck, third baseman for the Lady Eagles. Wind up and pitch. Swung on. Zorich underneath it, falls in for a single. Runner is out at second. Jennifer Hudler to the plate now, left-handed batter, third baseman. Hudler base on balls at her last appearance on the 3rd inning, sacrificed in the 2nd. Lauren Lazenby on deck for the Lady Eagles. Swung on, fouled out of play. 0-1 the count now to Jennifer Hudler. Wind up and pitch it in there. Got a strike. 0-2 the count to Hudler. Looking by Rosewell, the pitcher for the Lady Cardinals. High and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hudler. The faithful here for the Lady Eagles. Wind up in the pitch. High. 3 balls now. They got 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hudler. 1 out here, bottom of the 5th inning. Wind up and pitch, swung on. Third baseman underneath it. It is out of play by a fraction. Freudiger all the way to the dugout. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count now to Hudler. Steps back in the batter's box, left-handed batter. Right-handed pitcher, Megan Rosewell. Rose's wind up and pitch toward the inside, low, moves it to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here, bottom of the 5th inning. Runner at first base. That's Cornegie. Wind is really kicking up here at D. Dillon Field. Dust is beginning to fly a bit. Wind up and pitch. Swung on. Caught by the center fielder for the out. Two down here, the bottom of the 5th inning for the Lady Eagles. Lauren Lazenby coming to the plate now. Lauren 0 for 2 today. She struck out in the 2nd inning and ground out in the 3rd. On deck is Catherine Krymeyer. Pitches to the inside, gets past the catcher. Runner advances to second base. That's Cornegie. Lazenby, the right fielder. 0 for 2 today. Krymeyer at the on-deck circle. Pitches to the outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Lazenby. Long look in by Rosewell. Wind up and pitch. Straight up the middle, base hit. Runner turns the corner. Cornegie comes in to score. And Lazenby goes for a double. 4-0 our score now. 4-0. Two outs here, bottom of the 5th inning. Another run is pushed across by Fort Bend Christian. Swung on. Shortstop relays to first. Not in time. Runner advances to 3rd. Lazenby to 3rd. Got a single by Krymeyer. Top of the order now. Kelsey Roberts comes to the plate. Runners at the corners for Fort Bend Christian. Kelsey Roberts comes to the plate. Got a single in the 3rd inning, struck out in the 4th inning, got on first base through an error in the 1st inning. Runners at the corners now for the Lady Eagles, now leading 4-0. Wind up and pitch by Rosewell. Runner advances to second base as Krymeyer. Runners at 2nd and 3rd for the Lady Eagles now with 2 outs now, bottom of the 5th inning. Left-handed batter, Kelsey Roberts to the plate. Pitch on in there for a strike. On deck, Jessica Zach, the left fielder for the Lady Eagles. 1 run has crossed the plate now with 2 Eagles at 2nd and 3rd. With 2 outs. Kelsey Roberts looking, swung on to the second baseman. Ball is fair. No call, runner is safe at first. No, they call a foul ball now. One ball, 2 strikes to Kelsey Roberts. Long look in by Rosewell. Swung on, back to Rosewell, back to first. That's it, but one run crosses a plate for the Lady Eagles at the end of 5 complete innings. Fort Bend Christian 4, Fort Worth Christian 0. Now we go to the top of the 6th inning for Fort Worth Christian Lady Cardinals. Micah Freudiger, Caroline Dale, and Megan Rosewell. Freudiger, Dale, and Rosewell for the top of the 6th inning for the Lady Cardinals. They trail 4-0 to the Lady Eagles of Fort Bend Christian.
Leading off the Fort Worth Christian, third baseman number 8, Micah Freudiger.
Thanks for joining us on Legacy Sports Network. I'm Francis Schrader, top of the 6th inning. Fort Worth Christian trails 4-0 to Fort Bend Christian. Micah Freudiger comes to the plate. Swung on, popped up. Underneath it, Krymeyer for the first out.
The shortstop number 5, Caroline Dale.
Caroline Dale to the plate. Caroline struck out in the 1st inning, got on base through an error in the 4th inning. On deck is Megan Rosewell. 1 ball, no strike to Caroline Dale. Lizzie Fox well in control this afternoon's games. Pitch on the inside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes to Caroline Dale. Long look in by Lizzie Fox. Pitch to the outside for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Caroline Dale. Look in by Fox. Here's a windup and delivery in there. Swung on to the shortstop, Minen. Minen to first base for the out. Mark that down, 6-3 put out. Good defensive play. Megan Rosewell to the plate. Megan Rosewell is 1 for 2 today. Struck out in the 2nd inning. Got a single in the 4th. Lady Cardinals trail 4-0 to the Lady Eagles here, top of the 6th inning. Foul ball, just off the tip. Taylor Templin comes to the plate. Rosewell, 0-2 now. Takes a strike. Rosewell shakes her head, gets back in the box, trailing 0-2 count now to her counterpart Fox. Pitches high, struck her out looking. No runs and no hits, no errors, and no one left at the end of 5.5 innings. Fort Bend Christian Lady Eagles 4, Fort Worth Christian Lady Cardinals 0. For the Eagles of Fort Bend Christian, we have Jessica Zach, Haley Minen, and Jessica Brown. Zach, Minen, and Brown for the bottom of the 6th inning for the Lady Eagles.
Putting off the Fort Bend Christian with a fielder number 9, Jessica Zach.
Jessica Zach to the plate now. Jessica is had a single in the 1st, single in the 4th, and got on base in the 3rd with an error. Zach, Minen, and Brown here at the bottom of the 6th inning for the Lady Eagles. Swing on, got a single under the 3rd base glove of Freudiger. That's another single for Jessica Zach. Haley Minen comes to the plate now.
Shortstop number 15, Haley Minen.
Haley Minen got a single in the 1st, a double in the 2nd, got on the base in the 4th inning through an error. Courtesy runner to the plate now.
Now running first base number 6, Parker McCarley.
Haley Minen to the plate now. 4-0 lead, the Lady Eagles over the Lady Cardinals. Bottom of the 6th inning. Megan Rosewell, the pitcher for the Lady Cardinals. Pitches to the outside for a ball. On deck, Kendall Brown, the catcher. Lady Eagles have pounded out 12 hits in this morning's game. Wind up in the pitch, swung on. Hot shot down to the 3rd baseman, relay to 1st, got her. Nice reaction by Micah Freudiger. Got 1 out here, bottom of the 6th inning. Zach advances to 2nd base. Kendall Brown to the plate now. Kendall Brown, the catcher, got a single in the 1st inning, single in the 3rd inning, flied out in the 4th inning. 2 for 3 today. Kendall Brown to the plate. 2 for 3 today. Zach at 2nd base with 1 out here, the bottom of the 6th inning. Brown, the batter. On deck is Haley Dryden. Megan Rosewell once again looking in, wind up in pitch and delivery. Swung on, fouled, out of play. Top of the dugout. No balls, 1 strike. On looking by Rosewell, balls to the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kendall Brown. Here's wind up and pitch to the inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fouled out of play, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kendall Brown. Runner at 2nd base is Jessica Zach. Fort Bend Christian enjoying a 4-0 lead over Fort Worth Christian here. The TAPPS girls 4A state championship game, bottom of the 6th inning. Wind up and pitch in, swung on. Zorich underneath it in left field, makes the catch for the 2nd out. Runner still stays at 2nd base, Jessica Zach. Come to the plate now, number 8, Haley Dryden. Haley is 1 for 3 today. Got a single in the fifth inning. On deck is Morgan Carnegie. Right now, Haley Dryden to the plate. With 2 outs here, the bottom of the sixth inning. Runner at second base is Jessica Zach. 1 ball, no strike to Haley Dryden. Here's windup and delivery, high on the inside, very much on the inside. 2-0 the count to Haley Dryden. Rosewell's windup and delivery to the inside again, make that 3-0 the count. 3 balls, no strikes the count to Haley Dryden. On deck, Morgan Carnegie. Runner at second base. Takes a walk. Ball gets past the catcher. So Zach goes to third. Dryden base on balls. Morgan Carnegie comes to the plate. Got a single in the second inning, struck out in the third. Got a single in the fifth. 2 for 3 today. Morgan Carnegie, 2 for 3. Runners at the corners for the Lady Eagles. High pitch on the inside. 1 ball, no strike. On deck now is Jennifer Hudler, the third baseman for the Lady Eagles. 2 outs here, bottom of the sixth inning. Eagles at the corners, first and third base. Carnegie's foul tips that one off. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Morgan Carnegie. Long look in by Megan Rosewell, the pitcher. Swung on back to Rosewell. Relay to first. That's it. At the end of 6 complete innings from D. Dillon Field, Fort Bend Christian Lady Eagles 4, Fort Worth Christian Lady Cardinals 0. Top of the 7th inning now for Fort Worth Christian Lady Cardinals. Middle of the order, Taylor Templin, Olivia Tarbett, and Elizabeth Neal. Templin, Tarbett, and Neal, middle of the order for the Lady Cardinals, trailing 4-0. Last 3 outs to the top of the 7th inning in regulation. Top of the 7th inning now, Fort Worth Christian trails 4-0 to the Lady Eagles. Long looking by Lizzie Fox now, down to the last 3 outs. Swung on, foul into the screen. 0-1 the count now to Taylor Templin. Tarbett on deck, in the dugout, Elizabeth Neal. Templin, Tarbett, and Neal, top of the 7th inning for the Lady Cardinals. Swung on, big cut there. 1-1 the count to Templin. 3 hits given by the Cardinals today. Wind up and pitch in there high. 2 balls and 1 strike to Taylor Templin. Taylor 0-2 for today. Ground out in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th inning. Lizzie Fox, the pitcher. High pitch inside there again. Moves the count to 2-2. Winding the pitch by Fox. Popped up. Second baseman underneath her, Krymeyer for the putout. One gone here, top of the 7th inning. Elizabeth Neal to the plate. Just check that off again, make that Olivia Tarbert to the plate. Oh for 2 today. Olivia struck out in the 2nd inning and ground out in the 4th inning. 0 for 2 today, Olivia Tarbert. Wind up and pitch by Fox, fouled into the screen. 0-1 the count to Olivia Tarbert. Elizabeth Neal on deck for the Lady Cardinals. Wind up and pitch by Fox to the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. TAPPS Girls 4A State Championship game between Fort Bend Christian and Fort Worth Christian. The Eagles versus the Cardinals. 3 balls and 1 strike. The count now to Olivia Tarbert. Long look in by Lizzie Fox. Wind up and pitch. Takes her base. Base on balls. Cardinals have life now. Runner at first base, Olivia Tarbert. Elizabeth Neal to the plate, the first baseman. Olivia's 0 for 2 today. Ground out in the 3rd inning, struck out in the 5th. On deck, Sarah Hall. Wind up and pitch by Lizzie Fox. Got a strike. 0-1 the count now to Elizabeth Neal. 1 out here, top of the 7th inning. Fox's pitch inside there, straight down the middle, but not straight enough according to the umpire. 1-1 the count. Look in by Fox, here's the pitch. Swung on back into the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Elizabeth Neal. 1 out here, top of the 7th inning. Back in the batter's box, Elizabeth Neal looking down Lizzie Fox. Fox wind up and pitch. Swung on, popped out of play over the screen. Count remains still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Have you sit down. One ball, 2 strikes. Got a strikeout. 2 outs now. Sarah Hall to the plate now for the Lady Cardinals. 1 out separates Fort Bend Christian from a state championship. Sarah Hall to the plate now. Fans on their feet. Lizzie Fox's pitch inside there. 1 ball, no strike. Runner at first base for the Cardinals. Inside pitch again. 2 balls and no strikes. Lizzie Fox, 1 out away. 3-0 the count. 4-0 the score. Fort Bend Christian over Fort Worth Christian. Lizzie Fox, the pitcher. On first base, Tarbert. Takes a base. Another base on balls. Runners at first and second for the Lady Cardinals. Kristen Zorich comes to the plate, number 14. Christian 0 for 2 today, struck out in the 3rd inning, struck and ground out in the 5th inning. 0 for 2 today, runners at first and second for the Lady Cardinals. 2 outs now, top of the 7th inning, fouled into the screen, 0-1. On deck, Caitlin Zorich, center fielder for the Lady Cardinals. Lizzie Fox now with 2 outs. 1 strike, she's have the batter. 0-1. Long look in, here's the windup and the pitch. 1-1 the count. Kristen Zorich. Line up and pitch inside there. Got a strike. 1-2. One strike away from a state championship for Fort Bend Christian. Long looking by Lizzie Fox. She's focused. Here's her windup and her delivery. Struck her out. That's it. Fort Bend Christian TAPPS girls 4A state champions. 4-0 win over Fort Worth Christian. Let's say congratulations to the Lady Eagles, and also a great season for Fort Worth Christian Lady Cardinals as well. Coming up in the runner-up position. Again, final score from D. Dillon Field, TAPPS 4A Girls State Championship game. Sugar Land Fort Bend Christian Lady Eagles 4, Fort Worth Christian Lady Cardinals 0. Thanks for joining us on LegacySports.com.